What up, internet? It's your Dolly Boy, and today, we are answering that question, what's in my camera bag 2019? Oh, I'm so excited. Anyways, I know that I'm taking my channel in the direction of the wedding world, so I know that I need this video to answer that question because I'm going to be asked just like I've been asked on my Instagram. Look, I know what you're thinking. Dolly, put down your cup of coffee so we can start talking about your gear. I know, but look, if we're gonna do this trendy video, we gotta do it right. We gotta have our daily coffee intake. We gotta have that sick slow motion B-roll, add that LUT, get those Cinecrop bars in, and say something really badass like, let's do this! If that's all you wanted to see, then I can't stop you. Take it easy. Have a good one. Thank you for checking out the video, and Godspeed, honestly. But if you've seen some things on there that you haven't seen before and you're interested to know why I use what I use, then stay tuned because we're getting into it right now. I'm gonna try to sum all this up as fast as possible because if you know me, I could talk about this for like 3 straight hours. So here goes nothing. So first things first, let's start with what the actual title of this video is, my camera bag. This is the Katie vintage messenger bag, something like that I found on Amazon for only like 40 bucks. First off, you can't beat that. Second, the main reason that I got that was because at the time I was using a 14mm f2.8 and a 35mm 1.8. And I was constantly switching between them. And I knew that I was gonna have to be doing that for a wedding film. So the easiest way for me to access that was to just have it on like my side. I didn't have to take off my bag, unzip it and everything. No, it's just boom, boom, you know, just real quick. And honestly, we're doing a wedding, so it looks really nice. It makes you look like you have some kind of fashion sense. I'm just saying, it looks really nice. Moving on, the part that probably surprised most of you is that I'm doing video on an Nikon D5600 at that. I got it for, I think on sale at Best Buy for like 600 bucks at the time. The reason I went with this one mainly was for the flip out screen because I need it for things like this, for my vlogging, stuff like that. My rig in its entirety, which I'll get to. Now, I know what you're thinking. No 4K, no 120 frames. I got 24, 25, 30, 50, and 60. Honestly, I've used 120 footage before. I can get into that. I think 60 is better, at least when you're doing wedding films. I digress. And as far as the 4K is concerned, I've yet to have anybody like need 4K or give me a reason that they need 4K. Nobody's asked about 4K, not even brought it up in any of my meetings so far. So I didn't really need it at the time, and my computer couldn't even really handle it either. So, you know, someday, honestly, Nikon is just very, very, very underrated as of right now. Next, what I'm using right now, the Sigma Art 18 to 35mm f1.8 lens. If you don't know about this lens, I don't know what you're doing. There's way too many videos on YouTube about this lens. So if you need to know anything about that, go like there. The reason that I got this is, like I said before, I was switching between a 14mm and a 35mm, and that was just getting really annoying. And this was just better than both of them, honestly, and made my life just that much easier. So next up on this list is this lens right here, the Micro, that's right, Micro Nikkor 60mm f2.8 D, not the G, the D lens. I don't know why they named it Micro, because it's a macro lens, but they're just being cute, I guess. But this lens is the best secondary lens to have. Like, I can't leave the house not having this or the Sigma. Like, I just can't. It's a sick lens. So first off, right off the bat, needless to say, it is a macro lens. So you already got those capabilities with you, no matter where you go. I know 60mm isn't really the ideal for a macro, but it still gets the job done. It's going to be the only prime in my bag, and as you saw in the B-roll sequence, it has like this weird, it's like got its own built-in lens hood, which is like super nice. The other main important thing is that it is a 60mm. So on my crop sensor, it's about a 90mm equivalent, which is like the perfect portrait lens. So naturally, at least when it comes to weddings, I use this for all your standard shots. So like shoes, dress, rings, all that kind of stuff. All the guaranteed shots that you need to get, all on this baby. Everything else is pretty much on the Sigma. I believe I sniped this on eBay for like 250 bucks, and I think they are definitely worth like twice that. And as far as the mic that's on the camera, just a Rode Videomicro. At the time, I know Movo is better now and it's been like proven, whatever. At the time, I just got the Rode Videomicro, and it's really hard to beat because it's like 60 bucks. And I just got that one because, like, again, I'm only doing simple vlogs. I don't really need like the Pro Plus or anything like that. I also just really didn't want to worry about battery life or anything like that. And it's just, honestly, it really gets the job done. Again, I was pretty budget in the beginning, and some of the budget items I find really hard to like replace, to be completely honest. And then the ND filter is just a Tiffin ND filter. Looking back, I should have gotten the biggest one and then just gotten step-down rings, but you live and you learn. It's really nice. It feels really, really good. It's only gotten stuck once, and I don't even remember how it happened, but that scared the hell out of me. It was like day 2 after I had my Sigma, and I thought it was over. I thought my life was over. Now on to probably the biggest question you guys have, aside from Nikon, is how I'm using a GlideCam HD 2000 in 2019. I've done a lot of research, and I mean like hours, even days worth of research on gimbals, stabilizers, all of that, because my Nikon camera, because my main rig does not have any image stabilization, nor do any of my lenses. Honestly, when we're talking weddings, GlideCams still kind of make the most sense. I know that batteries on gimbals have gotten just so much better. I get that. But the smoothness that you get out of the walking shots and the turning, like the panning shots in a GlideCam, you just can't get on a gimbal. I guess it's just personal preference, really. There's nothing wrong with the GlideCam, except for the fact that when you're done, you know, with the momentum, you kind of get this swaying thing, or with there being wind, you get this kind of like seasick kind of feeling. I get it. That's where the attachment that you've probably never heard of before, the Tru-Horizon, comes into play. I got the GlideCam on like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. I think it was Facebook Marketplace for like 200 bucks. I believe the Tru-Horizon was $300, which, hold on, wait, stay with me. I know an attachment on something that's more expensive than what the actual object was itself should say a lot, okay? Because it is a one-axis gimbal, which sounds crazy, but all it's doing is making sure, you know, again, that horizon is perfectly straight. And you kind of get the best of both worlds, to be honest. Like, you get the smoothness of a GlideCam, but you get that slight perfection that you'd get with the gimbal. And I love it. I love it. It's like the most signature stabilizer that you could possibly get, at least in my eyes. I mean, there are some cons, like every piece of gear has its cons, right? But that's why I'm using it. As far as audio is concerned, I use the Zoom H4n Pro. I know, shocking. If you haven't heard about it, I can't recommend this more to anybody starting out, as far as it being like your first piece of like professional gear, because it's got an insanely good microphone on it, and you can plug into like any PA and just pick up whatever the DJ is doing. And he's a professional doing his thing audio wise, and you're just picking up what he's spitting out. But if the PA is not working, say somebody's blocking the sensor, or it's windy or something like that, I got the Tascam DR10Ls. Write that down, Tascam DR10Ls. These things are a game changer. You don't even know how good audio can be until you've had one of these. Like, I'm wearing one right now. I bought the first one just to see how good they actually were, and I was like, damn, I need to get all of these. I need to get all of them. So I bought the bride and groom combo. I believe I got the first one for 200 bucks, and that came like with the actual Tascam, a lav mic with the clip, a case, like a really nice leather case, headphones, a 32 gigabyte micro SD, which is more than enough when we're talking audio. So then I bought the bride and groom combo, which came with one black one and one white one. And that was, I think, like $360. And they give you two 32 gig micro SDs, 2 pairs of headphones, 2 leather pouches. It's like, I know that these things, at least starting out, can seem very far down the line, but once you get to that point, it's basically like they're just giving you these. Like, as far as lights are concerned, just look up CRI values. I don't remember exactly how high these were, but they are the newer CN304s, I believe. They were $50 each, and I got like cheap $20 set of stands for them because, I mean, they're not that heavy. They're not going to be like in any danger or like any high winds or anything like that if I'm using them, so that didn't really matter. But I just got these because they were a little bit bigger than like the small ones that you can get, and I just wanted like a quick, simple 2 lighting kit setup kit, which I then upgraded to the Yongnuo YN216, which also stands for 216 LEDs, which again has less LEDs than these, but is brighter, and it's a little bit more directional, and that's actually what I'm using on my face for all these talking head things. And I just figured that I kind of needed that upgrade to then upgrade to, you know, a 3-person or 3 lighting kit. I don't know what you'd call them. I think I got this for $100. I don't even remember how much I got this for. And as far as a drone, I kind of want to do a video on the DJI Spark. Like, is the DJI Spark still relevant in 2019? And I really truly think it is. It does a really good job. Yes, it's limited because it is very light. It is very small. You can't really fly it past like 7-mile-an-hour winds, at least in my experience. While flying it, I've almost lost it more times than I've had successful flights. You need the ND filters, you need the remote, you know, control with it. Again, it has its drawbacks, but if you're going for those angles and you want to show that level of professionalism, it definitely does the damn job. Don't listen to what people say. It is a good drone. DJI is not going to put out a bad product. As far as backup cams, I just used the old camera that I had, the Nikon D3300, which I found on Craigslist for like $200, and I used that with a Nikkor 70-210mm f4 lens, which I think I also found on Craigslist for like not even $80. It just, again, set in the back, right down the center, you know, just that backup cam, you know, for everything, you know, the other angle for pretty much everything. I have more gear. I have more things to say about the gear that I've already talked about, but I'm going to wrap it up here, just because these are the things that I use like every single wedding, no matter what. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching and sticking through me talking about all this, and it truly means a lot. I love y'all. I'll catch you real soon. Peace.